Tai Tuivasa is easily one of the most popular guys on the UFC roster these days, and over the recent Christmas season, he has splashed out on his loved ones. He has also revealed what his son said to him, which changed his whole outlook on the heavyweight belt. Today we are discussing Tai's Christmas present to his son, as well as what his son said to him about the title. Stay with us. First up, Tai Tuivasa mural has caused some controversy in Western Australia. Tai is one of the most popular sportsmen in Australia, and his attitude towards life has won him legions of adoring fans, so much so that a Perth street artist decided to paint a mural of him on the side of a building in a small Western Australian town. However, the residents of Geraldton, WA have proven that people will literally complain about anything. The owners of the Foreshore bar were forced to paint over the mural of Tai doing a shoey after backlash on social media. They were also warned by local liquor enforcement who were concerned the mural glorified alcohol abuse. Bar owner Sumit Kumar Brajabati explained that he wanted a piece of art related to the business instead of simply advertising, so decided on the Aussie national treasure doing a shoey. When the mural was unveiled, those aforementioned people who love to complain about anything lit up social media with comments like, "How am I going to explain this to my child? It's bad for the town," and "It propagates the stereotype of Dero Gero." Of course, many people were in favor of the mural considering the impact Bam Bam has had over the past few years, but you can't please everyone. The artist who painted the mural said, quote, "I never felt like it would offend people, so for me, the reactions have kind of changed. When I installed it, I thought it was kind of cool. The mural is beautiful, so the reaction is a shame." Tai has given his thoughts on the upcoming lightweight title fight next. Stay with us. February will see one of the most highly anticipated fights of all time as Tai's fellow countryman, Alexander Volkanovski, makes the step up to lightweight to challenge the formidable Islam Makhachev. In doing so, Volkanovski also hopes to become a two-weight world champion and join a very exclusive club alongside the likes of DC, Conor, and Amanda Nunes. And speaking recently, Tai has given his thoughts on the upcoming bout and which version of Volk he expects to turn up. Tai said, quote, "Yeah, well, obviously that's going to be a really hard fight, and I think it's going to be a great main fight for Australia, and I think Volk is just going to show different sides. Volk just keeps getting better," which, of course, he does. Volkanovski has cleared out all comers so far in his UFC career, beating two of the greatest featherweights of all time in the shape of Jose Aldo and Max Holloway. Tai explained that he no longer has the words to describe Volk, as he just keeps getting better and better, and he continued, quote, "So I think that, with the big challenge ahead of him, he's gonna come and he's gonna rock up." Tai also thinks that Volk having the home crowd on his side could be a huge factor, saying, quote, "It's going to be a hard day for Islam." Who do you guys got? Next up, a Bellator champ has explained how he makes more than any other UFC heavyweight. Tai is currently lurking around the top 10 in the UFC heavyweight division, and of course is making nice money with all of those bonuses he has made over the past few years. But one Bellator champ has recently been speaking about how he makes more than even the UFC heavyweight champion, Francis Ngannou. UFC fighter pay has often come under the spotlight in recent years given how much money the promotion makes and how little they pay their fighters in comparison, and Patricky Pitbull Freire has recently revealed how little the guys at the top of the heavyweight pile in the UFC are actually making. Freire is the current Bellator featherweight champion, and after his recent fight at Bellator 286, he revealed that he was making $150,000 a fight 10 years ago. He went on, quote, "I cannot talk about numbers, but I can guarantee for sure that today I make more money per fight in Bellator than the UFC heavyweight champion." Incredible. I mean, it is widely known that Bellator actually pays their fighters a decent wage, so it's hardly surprising. What do you guys make of this? More heavyweight news now in the retirement of a legend. Antonio Bigfoot Silva is an MMA heavyweight legend. He turned out for some of the biggest promotions in the game during his long career. Representing the UFC on no fewer than 11 occasions, he also fought for the heavyweight title against a rampant Cain Velasquez back in May 2013, losing via TKO in the first round. Bigfoot left the UFC back in September 2016 after just one win in his past 8 fights, but didn't immediately retire. he carried on in various promotions but wouldn't win another fight, worryingly getting badly KO'd. The Brazilian finished his career with a record of 19-14 and will look back on becoming the Cage Warriors and Elite XC heavyweight champion as the highlights of his career. Unfortunately, it may well be the latter part of his career that many people remember him for, though, as he became a cautionary tale of a man who fought far, far longer than he should have. However, thankfully, he has finally decided to call it a day and should now enjoy his retirement. Give us your best memories of Bigfoot below. Next up, we're discussing Tai's Christmas present to his son. You can probably imagine how cool it would be to have Tai as your dad. Even cooler when he is able to splash out on epic Christmas presents. The big heavyweight from Western Sydney decided to splash the cash on his son this festive season thanks to a raft of performance of the night bonuses over the past couple of years. Tai is currently on a 2-fight losing streak, but he wasn't going to let that dampen his Christmas spirit, and recently took to Instagram to shout out the jewelry store who helped him pick out a shiny new Rolex watch for his son. Tai posted a picture with his son showing off the new timepiece, captioning the image with the words, "Shout out at See Me Shine Jewelry for helping me with my son's Christmas gift. It's his first Rolex and I ain't even got one. Keen for 2023, #Merry Christmas." The watch he bought his son can cost anywhere up to about $75,000, which is quite the pricey sum to spend on a child who might not appreciate what he is actually wearing. However, considering the fact he only has one child, Tai is well within his rights to spoil him once in a while, right? Following back-to-back losses, Tai has decided not to fight in Perth this February in a bid to figure some things out. He will still be in attendance, however, as his countryman Alex Volkanovski bids to become a 2-weight world champion. Some fans have given their take on Tai's gift next. Stay tuned. As we well know, people online believe they have the right to give their opinions on how others live their lives, and following Tai's Christmas gift post showing off the watch he bought for his son, it hasn't gone down well with a small section of fans. As MMA Mania posted a picture of Tai and the heartwarming moment he shared with his son, people in the comments were not so impressed. Some picked up on the age of his son and asked why one so young needs a Rolex, but of course that same Rolex will still be there in 10 years' time. Others suggested his son would have benefited from a more age-appropriate present, with some suggesting a toy car or Xbox might have been received better by Mini Tai. Some fans took a more cynical view of how much UFC fighters are being paid, with one saying, quote, "Find it so hard to believe UFC fighters aren't getting paid when things like this happen." But as we mentioned, Tai has picked up no fewer than 4 Fight of the Night bonuses in recent years, totaling $200,000, so that's absolutely not the issue. Others urged Tai to save his money, with one revealing that they didn't want to see him fighting in later life, but let's have it right, Tai can spend his hard-earned money however he likes, right? What do you guys think? So what did Tai's son say to him to change his mind on the title picture? Tai is one of those rare breeds who fight simply for the love of fighting. Most guys in the UFC have their sights firmly set on one day becoming a champion, but for a large part of his career, that was never Tai's goal. However, shortly before his heavyweight title eliminator with Cyril Gane earlier this year, Tai revealed he now looks at the top of the division and the heavyweight belt in a slightly different light, and it's all down to something his son said to him. The popular Aussie spoke to ESPN and gave fans a more intimate look at his state of mind before the Gane fight, saying, quote, "I've never really been a belt chaser kind of guy, but a few weeks ago my son told me that I wasn't really a good fighter because I don't have a belt. Now I can't stop thinking about the belt." Of course, everybody knows that Tai is a good fighter, and this was obviously just something a 5-year-old says to their father. What makes Tai great is his attitude to the sport, but obviously a changing attitude towards the title can only be a good thing. Unfortunately for Tai, that change in mentality hasn't quite paid off so far, as he was KO'd by both Gane back in September, and then again by Sergey Pavlovich earlier this month. Do you guys expect Tai to make another run for the title? Let us know below. As usual, thanks for dropping in on us today, and remember to swing by again next time for some more fun games, and why not do us a big favor by liking today's video, while also sharing it with any MMA heads you might have lurking on those socials. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.